Welcome to Shooting the Shit with Rhonda and T. Tonight we are reviewing Growing Up Hip Hop Season 7, Episode 6. But before we start, you gonna do it? Okay. Go ahead. Smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe to this channel. And here we go.
Can I just say, I live every waking moment anticipating the next episode of Growing Up Hip Hop Thursday.
That's how you feel?
Live my life waiting on.
Well, let's get into it then. So TT visit Pep at her new house in Vegas. Pep let us know she might have to have neck surgery because I don't know what's going on, but it might make her voice deeper and more raspier. And I was like, now Pep voice already there. I don't know what that's gonna sound like.
I mean, I feel like when you live your life performing, that happens to everybody that performs like that eventually, I feel like.
Cause she already, when you skip to the left, my darling, you know.
Well, she's always deep. I'm saying they haven't stopped touring, so you know what I'm saying. It doesn't surprise me that at some point your muscle will be like.
She probably all that work she had on her face and went down to that.
Yeah, and there's that.
So, they discussed Egypt. You know, Egypt is happy. She's pregnant. Titi's like, so I hear. And she live an hour away from Pep. So, you know, TT, since you here in Vegas, you should go out there and visit Egypt since you here. She's like, well, why should I do that? She was like, because look, you're more mature. You're the oldest one. You're a mother. Somebody got to be the bigger person. So just go ahead and do it.
That sounds so very much like me.
My mother?
No, it sounds like me. It sounds like, yeah, both of y'all, like Rhonda, just because you should just do it because it's the right thing to do.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, okay. I'll drive out there. Go say hi to this girl.
Look, that sounds like me saying it to you.
Yeah.
I thought you was going to say my mother saying that to you.
And her too. Yeah.
So they talk about the wedding invitation. She's unsure if she wants to go. Look here, her and her husband has made amends with Pep, but they ain't really made amends for Egypt and her boy yet. So
they're having another wedding.
They're having another wedding, and I'm with her with this. You guys are already married. I don't see the point of even doing that.
And I still don't like Sam, and I never am. So congratulations. Like, I'll be nice to you when I see you at stuff.
Yeah, but I ain't got to do that, you know. So Sequoia and her corny ass cousin Devin is out walking, and he's asking her to be a part of this 50th anniversary because his aunt's out of town with Lazy. So she asked him to help out while she's out of town. Also, he wanted her to know that she wants Cree to plan the event. She ain't feeling that. She ain't feeling Cree, and she ain't feeling doing this event because she's still saying this stuff is messy, which is so, it's like, do you realize how stupid you sound? Because then in the next sentence, she say she want to go on a date with Twist, but she feel like a hypocrite because she dogged her mama out about going with a rapper. I'm like, so you see how stupid your ass sounds, so why are we doing this? Girl, go out there.
Why are you considering a date with Twist? Like, for real, you got kids, right? Or at least a child? Is that what you're doing?
Right.
Girl, I think asking Cree to do the event is the absolute right thing to do because that's what she does. See, that would be interesting. Let's see Cree do that thing that she does.
Because we ain't seen her do that yet. And here's the thing, Sequoia, I don't know, maybe she can't. We see Tanisa and her kids all the time. Sequoia got a child, but I'm like, I never see you with your child. What you be doing? I've seen you making tacos and everything. I ain't seen you at home doing nothing with the child.
Going on dates with Twist.
Child.
With her titties sitting on the table. Can we still say titties? Because they were sitting on the table.
They was up there. So he convinced her, or he tells her to go on a date or kicking it with Twist is good because you need to date people on your level. Because if you ain't dating these people on your level, then they'll be out here trying to get you for your money. And I'm like, I mean, her level is like, 100,000 you know what I'm saying? Like 6 figures, not, you could date a regular dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, she ain't out here, she ain't JoJo Simmons.
I'm starting to feel
saying?
like, hell, her level ain't no higher than mine. Because I'm not finna
I'm
call
like,
no
dude,
date
make
with
100,000,
Twist.
90,000. That's your level. Like, you ain't JoJo Simmons. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
regular smuggler.
Who seems to have businesses like actual ones. Seems like the Simmons parents taught the Simmons kids how to invest their money in certain things so that they're not relying on being a rapper or a singer or whatever it is they out here doing. Angela wants to sing a song for fun.
Child. And we ain't seen her since. So Devin and Sequoia met up at this bar. They gonna meet with Eric and Leah and Twist for this little beer tasting. Sequoia trying to act like she ain't know Twist was there, but she showed up with her booze hanging all out her bustier. You know what I'm saying? I was like, they ain't even fitting in there, girl. You can't wear a small. What is you doing?
Everybody can't, like, I know. Well, I'm not even gonna say that because now they got bustiers that have got cups big enough to
you
fill.
can't put a small on.
Right.
You got double D's.
Right.
You can't fit them in a
you
small.
gotta go get you one that, yeah.
But she did that on purpose. And it was very thirsty, like very thirsty.
For Twist, I'm like,
for Twist, of all people. Well, she did all that for nothing.
I mean, he is a bone. I mean, come on.
Well, she did all that for nothing because Twist just pulled her to the side and let her know, although I enjoy all this flirting and stuff that we do, this gotta stop, okay? Because I'm trying to get my boo bear back. Okay, I need my panda, okay?
So you didn't allow Twist to come up in here and embarrass you down to the beer tasting, wine tasting?
He embarrassed her.
And didn't we say last week, Sequoia, that Twist got a type and it ain't?
That's what he said. You said
and that's on him because she's a beautiful girl, so you're a dumbass.
But that's not his type.
That ain't what he's into.
And he said, look here, Boo Bear can't see me on camera flirt with you, so all this got to stop because I'm trying to get my boo back, okay? And she said she understood and she was happy for him, but then she kept flirting, talking about how thick she was, and she thick, but she got a big heart too, and don't worry about it. All this talk is just for the camera. We could talk off the camera. I was like, you are embarrassing yourself, Sequoia. He didn't tell you what it is.
Said it.
He said it, and he meant it.
Not only that, like, okay, let's just pretend like it's not Twist. Put all that away because you ain't gonna get nowhere fast with any of that you're sitting all right there on the table. I don't know what you're trying to get to, but girl.
And you got the nerve to talk about your mom. Girl.
Well, she done had it locked down for almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
And I ain't seen her show up with all her things hanging out.
Not at all. Not at all. So Twist is back in church. He talking to the pastor, and he said he grew up in church, and he prayed to leave his mama home whenever he got a whooping, okay? Because he wanted to go off and be famous, and it happened. And when it happened, he stopped going to church, and he ended up hanging out with the bad crowd, and he got in trouble, and he ended up in jail. He said God made all these beautiful women out there, but he got to calm it down, okay? Because he doing too much. So the pastor was telling him he got to learn to heal from the hurt instead of medicating himself. And during his journey, he need to focus on what he's going through, not about what he's running from in his past. So focus on your future. Don't worry about what all you did in the past. I mean, he kind of got to worry about it because is he still facing time too, or is that done?
I thought he was just on probation, and it was
so
like
he got away with it. Okay.
Yeah.
So keep your head forward. Don't just keep doing right. What was you gonna say?
I'm not sitting up at church with Twist. Y'all are not gonna involve me in none of this
Oh,
that y'all got going on with Twist and the pastor. So if that's what you want to do, then go ahead, but I'm not going.
you're not going to church with Twist?
No, with
Child.
Twist, no.
Child. So Aaliyah is at home with the kids. She's trying to get them to do their homework. Her kids is bad. They don't listen to her. She need Eric. She needs somebody at the house because they act like they just don't have no respect.
I feel like they see how he treats her, and
Yeah.
so that's how they treat her. And when they get older, especially little boys, you know what I'm saying? There's no respect because he don't respect her.
Yeah, that's sad.
It's probably never, don't talk to your mother like that. Are you out? And I have had, like, because there's such a big difference between my kids' age, I've had the older siblings check the younger one. You know what I'm saying? Like, cut it out, you know, because when they can see I am literally tired of being the bad guy. So I don't feel like Eric, when is he gonna do that? He'll never be there.
Do you hear this shaking? The ding, 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 ding.
A little bit.
Okay, because she's under the table having a scratch.
It's random though. It's not like I just every now and then.
Okay, because she having a scratching attack underneath the table. So she's calling Eric. He's ignoring the calls, and then when he finally do answer, he goes off because he's irritated that you are interrupting his game. Okay. So when he do finally show up at home, it's after 4:00 in the morning, and he ain't got his keys. So he out there ringing the doorbell, and she's like, "I'm not letting you in." She locked him out the house. He irritated. He like, I don't like all this attention outside the house. Let me in the house.
But she's up at 4:00 in the morning waiting on him.
I wouldn't have set up.
She's up at 4 waiting on him. So then she's tired when the kids get up in the morning. Because she's been up waiting on him.
Because he been out all night. So he ain't the one been taking the kids to school. That's all on her, huh? Child, I can't. Sissy, it's rude. I'm taking.
Yeah, Eric is even more terrible than I thought he was.
He is. So the next day he visited his grandmama and his uncle and tell them about him being locked out the house because he been gambling too much. And they like, well, how often do you be gambling? Every night. Every night. He was like, I got it from you. And she's like, well, I ain't had nobody at my house to come home to. Okay, so I could be out all night. It's a difference.
What does that mean? I got it from you. That doesn't mean it's a good thing. You picked up her habit.
He said that with JoJo too.
Now you trying to blame her for your nonsense?
But then you said, like, did you really get it from her? Because you said she had y'all as a kid. So somebody was taking care of you, because then the next minute you said she was taking care of them. You know what I'm saying? So she out hanging out now because she can. Because ain't nobody at her house.
Right.
He said when the kids go to sleep, it's my time to go gambling. It's not like, I'm over there gambling away the house. Your kids want sleep. She was calling you. It was homework time. So this was in the middle of the day. This ain't you waited till
not only that,
the kids was down.
You're not factoring her in your life at all. Like, okay, the kids, what about her? Like, when the kids go to sleep, she might just want to chill with you and watch a movie. Like, you ain't factoring your wife into your scenario at all. None.
Like she just a babysitter.
She is.
Child. And he irritated. He said his peace is a problem for her. That's what he said. And they like, dude, you got to spend time with your family. Come home early. He said, oh, so you just want me to restrict everything, huh?
No, don't, because you're not going to be nice. So just go, what's her name, Aaliyah?
Yeah, just be done with it.
Call Tiny. Tiny, call Leah. It's not going to be better.
It's
So
not.
he can be at home having a stink attitude because he's at home and not, you know what I mean?
And he says she complains about me not answering the phone. The kids got my location. Y'all know where I'm at. That's what women worry about anyway.
She mad at them, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry about her. Like doing my part. I had to do something. I was mad at them that bunch of stuff to our channel.
Thank you. Okay. So he says that's what women worry about anyway. So she shouldn't be tripping. She got my location. Okay. Then he tried to say, when he was a kid, his dad was on the road, and I was here with you. And she was like, "Don't do your daddy like that." First of all, your dad was working when he was on the road. He wasn't out
He
there
was bringing home thousands, not taking away thousands.
Exactly. And she was like, and he's found time to spend time with the kids. When he came home, he was with y'all. He was like, yeah, that's true, but he ain't have no woman to go back and answer to. You married her. Did nobody force you to marry her? Because she could be over there with the kids doing her own thing.
She could be a lot more vocal. Answer to, what are you talking about? He doesn't like her. That's so unfortunate. And she deserves better.
So if you're hearing this, Aaliyah, go on about your business. Because it's better out there.
And make sure you take this tape with you for you can show the courts how he can afford to pay alimony because he be blowing $1,000 a night at the casino.
Absolutely. Because he got a lot of kids. You're going to need all that. Uncle told him at the least keep you a spare key. And I was like, that's the only thing he got from that conversation was next time you go out, have you a spare key.
Yeah,
he
because
couldn't listen to none of the stuff they were telling. Yeah. So Lazy go see Twist, who is rehearsing with his band, which sounded really good. Twist sound good.
We should do music.
Yeah. Lazy get a call from his brother who is crying hysterically saying Mama's not gonna make it. And then we find out later on that she did pass away. So they kind of flipped these scenes because that's why she asked
They was
Devin,
out of town.
Yep, she was gone with him because you could hear her. She was there when that happened because she was saying, "What happened? What happened?" Child, this whole episode, right? So in between the scenes, this whole episode, they were showing TT traveling to Egypt house. So they made it seem like it was taking her forever. They were cut. We will see a scene. They would cut, and TT will still be on the road traveling,
driving past Tumbleweed.
Pep was like, "Well, they live like," because she called Pep like, "What the hell? Where am I going?" She said they live 60 miles outside of the city. So Egypt got to drive all the way back into the city just to go to the doctor.
Really like a horror story, like out in the middle. What be out in the desert? That's where the bodies is buried.
The who?
The bodies. You know, like what's that
in
movie?
Vegas? You in Vegas, so you know they out there because that's where the mobsters be. Girl, it was like that Jodeci Cry For You video. You remember that? When they was out there in the wind and the tumbleweeds and
I know that if I'm pregnant, I need to be by a hospital and a gas station.
They 60 miles away.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. I hope she have to have a midwife.
Sam can't have me out in the desert by himself that far.
Child. So she finally make it to the house and she tell the Uber driver don't leave because she knows she can't. Ain't nobody else coming out there. She literally was in there for a few minutes then. She's like, 10 minutes. I'll pay you for the 10 minutes. Don't worry. Yeah. Keep the meter running. So, but Egypt is actually happy to see TT. You know, she is anxious to show her the house, you know. Now, TT was acting very judgmental the whole time she was in there. telling her everything in her pantry was bad. And I was like, now I know we talk stuff, but we just, we just kicking it. I'm not gonna go to nobody's
somebody's
house
house.
and act like
Plus,
that.
plus, at the end of the day, Egypt and Sam, they're very young. Like their house look like
Yeah.
what young people's house look like. They got stuff that they want, like an Xbox and some gamer chairs and the
Yeah,
stuff that they like. What was your expectation? You over there looking at $3.5 million homes,
girl, and here's
acting
the thing.
bougie.
That's why not that it reminded me of why I didn't like TT when it first came out.
Right.
Yeah, I was
Right.
like, this is why TT irritated me at the very beginning.
yeah.
It's this thing, she's so much up here above everybody. Like, stop, that was rude. Don't be rude. And then she even said, I feel like zombies is gonna come out here, and and she was telling her that the house was
See,
the
that's
baby
the stuff you
trap.
say to, what's your husband's name?
Deshaun, right? And she's talking about the house was a death trap for the baby. I was like, did you say that? And she's like, Egypt is like, look, I just got off a tour. By the time the baby come, I'm gonna have everything in order. I was just like, you just really being rude. She was sitting there like she didn't even want to touch
Egypt
nothing.
and
Like,
her baby is gonna be perfectly fine. They be all right.
Pep gonna have that thing.
And she gonna be at Pep's house. The Pep and yeah.
Come on now. So
what's the name too? Tretch's wife.
Yeah, come on. So they talk about, the wedding invitation that she got, and it's like, well, she don't know if Sean wants to come. And Egypt let her know, we know we had our ups and downs, but we both okay with, Sean coming. It's not a thing. Sean, first of all, men don't want to go to weddings anyway. So it's okay.
Why you put it on Sean?
Didn't she? She was like, it's the Sean thing.
You don't have to come.
Thing. Just say, I don't know, I'm gonna be busy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't even want them there, because you know how they feel. I don't want no haters at my wedding. And y'all sitting up there scowling. It's okay. It's okay.
And TT with that stank ass attitude, no, we don't want you there. And why are y'all having another wedding? He's about to go to jail.
I don't know. It's irritating. So, well, yeah, speaking of which, she asked about court, and she said they keep pushing it back, but she think it's going to be dropped. And, regardless, she's going to be there for the baby. And TT just tell her, just plan for it just in case. But
why does she think it's going to be dropped? Why does she keep saying that?
It's not. And they'll put you back to the cows come home. That's what they do. But when your time is up, it's your time. Okay. So that's how the episode ended, because she had to get out of there because the Uber was waiting on her. Okay. Next week.
And then Bali was getting dark, child. Ain't nobody trying to be out there with the zombies.
Because in the desert, it gets cold at night.
Sandstorms and cold and
Anybody doing that? Next week, JoJo is gonna get into it with his father-in-law. So that's a hot mess.
And did I see this grown man throwing ice?
Yeah, he's real corny, isn't he?
Ugh.
Gonna close us out?
Not anymore.
Well, you can't come over there with the game playing all out.
I don't like to get into these things that involve Dallas Cowboys and their haters.
And all of this.
But nobody likes your team.
We're Americans team. Anyway, y'all go ahead. Smash that thumb to this channel. The Cowboys is going to the Super Bowl next year, and we'll see you on the next video.
Bye, y'all.